aliens. I'm Mike Rosa, and I'm with Sam North, who runs fitness rehab for Anabolic aliens.
What is up, guys?
Today, we're going to be going over 10 muscle release techniques for your upper body muscles. Now, Sam, you want to give some benefits, some explanations of what we're doing?
Sure. So, second edition of muscle release, right? We're doing upper body today. So what a muscle release is, it's helping to lengthen your muscle, right? So your muscles, if you're not stretching them, they're going to be the same length throughout the day as you're going through movements. Here, you're going to be applying pressure to the muscle belly, activating the muscle spindles, which will allow them to be stretched past the point that they're used to, okay? So this is going to lead to a more permanent length and allow your muscles to function better.
Hey, yeah, aliens. He knows what he's talking about. Let's get into technique number 1. Let's get after it with technique number 1. We're going to be releasing that lat.
All right, so we're going to set up on our side here, right? And Mike's going to position this little rubber ball underneath, close to his armpit, right? So the muscle is running along his back and running along his side. So we're going to set it up a little closer into his armpit there where the attachment is on his arm. Good. So with this arm, he's going to reach all the way up above his head and then bring his elbow back down, bending his arm into his body. There you go. All the way back up, lengthening the muscle, and then coming back down. Okay, so with tight lats, it attaches up on your arm and that can even draw your shoulders in, creating that bad posture, right? So helping this muscle, it's such a long muscle, we need to work it out even longer, okay? So make sure you do at least 10 on each side.
On to technique number 2, aliens. It's going to be for that mid trap.
Okay, so this time we're going to face up. We're going to lay down on our back. Okay, and we're going to bring this tool right at his low to mid trap, right in between the shoulder blades there. Off the spine to one side, so it's right in between your shoulder blade and your spine, right in that little gap there. Okay, so what he's gonna do is that he's gonna bring his arm straight up in front of him, and he's gonna bring it, keeping his arm straight up above his head, just like that. Nice and controlled. He's gonna come all the way back. Good, getting some good movement, right? Reaching back up. Nice, and you can try and control how much body weight you put on it just by shifting a little bit. There we go. So this muscle might be a little sensitive. It's a smaller muscle. Good. A couple more. We're doing 10 on each side.
All right, aliens, we're on to technique number 3 now, and it's going to be to release those spine erectors.
All right, so we're gonna be face up for this one as well. Mike's gonna come down to his back. So we're gonna position this a little lower down. The spine erectors are the muscles that run from the hip crest up his back, right? And they help stabilize you as you walk. So come down. We're gonna set up on one side of the spine, right? There's a lot of tension on this muscle. It can be really tight. So what we're gonna do for this movement is, and he can even bend his knees up to take a little pressure off. We're gonna go into a pelvic tilt, right? So you're rolling your hips back, pushing your belly button towards the floor. Good. Pause and then rotate back out. This is gonna apply pressure and get those muscles moving, lengthening, shortening a little bit. Nice. Make sure you have your feet up. This is gonna take some stress off your lower back and allow you to move that muscle, those muscles a little bit more. Okay, just take your time, 10 on each side.
Technique number 4 now, aliens. It's going to be for that QL.
All right, so the QL is our Quadratus Lumborum, and it's the muscle that attaches from our hip crest here to the bottom of our ribs, right? Kind of on the back side of our body here. And this can be responsible for a lot of back pain, right? So some people may think it has something to do with their spine, but it's really just that muscle that's yanking on them, putting them in weird positions, okay? So we're gonna come to our back here. We're gonna set that up so it's almost on our side, right in between that gap of our hip crest and our ribs, just like that. So Mike's actually gonna straighten this opposite leg out, and he's going to, you can keep that foot on the ground there, but he's gonna lower his knee towards the side there. There you go. As far as he can, then he's gonna come right back up. So you can move around with it. It's kind of a tough muscle to find when you're trying to release it. When you're on it, it should feel like a good amount of pressure. Yep. Awesome. So take your time. We're doing 10 on each side.
Let's get it, aliens. Technique number 5, gonna be for that bicep.
All right, so we're set up on the table here. We're trying to be flat on this table as much as possible. Applying pressure, applying pressure. He's gonna curl all the way up, and then he's gonna relax, going all the way out. This one might be a little sensitive. Going back and forth. There we go, and you can work at different spots in the muscle, right? You can go closer to your elbow at that insertion. You can go a little bit higher towards your shoulder. Make sure you get a good release. Take your time through that movement, concentric and eccentric contraction. 10 on each side.
Technique number 6 now, aliens. It's gonna be to release that tricep.
All right, so for the tricep, we're set up in a similar position here. Mike's gonna, come down on the ball this time, and he's gonna go through a similar movement. He's gonna drop his hand down towards the table, and he's gonna bring it all the way back up, right? Because the tricep helps with the extension of our arm. There we go, taking your time. Again, this is a large muscle as well, so move, find a different spot. 10 on each side.
On to number 7 now, aliens. It's gonna be to release that forearm.
All right, guys, so we are set up on the table again. Mike's gonna bring his arm down onto the ball, right? So we're gonna get that muscle belly of the forearm on the inside. His hand or his wrist is gonna fall over the table, right? So he's squeezing all the way in like that, and then he's gonna bring it all the way up as high as he can. Good. Back and forth. This will help keep those muscles loose when you're talking about grip strength or any sport that you're involving a bat or a stick, right? Will help with those mechanics and those muscles. Nice, so we're actually gonna flip onto the other side as well. Applying pressure manually, just like that. And we're gonna do a similar movement, right? All the way down, all the way up. This one's a little more sensitive. All right, making sure you're finding different spots throughout the muscle. Taking your time, 10 on each side.
Let's go, aliens. We're on to technique number 8. It's gonna be to release that pec.
All right, I know all of you are overdeveloping your pecs. You're hitting pecs in the gym like 3 times a week, right? So we need to balance it out. We need to loosen them up. So we're coming in a doorway here. Mike's gonna position it. You can put it a little further in. Nope. Yeah, there you go. All right, so set up, apply pressure right in your pec. And this is a large muscle, so you wanna try and find it. It's gonna move around on you. So work with it, try different spots. Okay, so what you're gonna do, there's 2 different movements we can do here. We can do a pressing movement into the doorway, right? And then bringing back, driving your elbow back as far as you can, right? That's gonna lengthen it as much as possible. There you go, do a couple more of those. You can also do a fly, right? So just like a dumbbell fly, cable fly, there we go. Making sure when we're coming back this way, we're going back as far as we can. Damn, Mikey. All right, so take your time with this, right? It's a larger muscle, work around. So you can try out the 2 different movements, at least 10 on each side.
Number 9 now, aliens. We're gonna be releasing that front delt.
All right, front delt. We're up against the wall here. He's gonna position it right at shoulder height. Right there, he's leaning in, applying pressure, and he's going to hyperextend his arm behind him. There we go, bring it all the way back as far as you can, and then relax, bring your arm back towards the wall, neutral, then all the way back. Okay, so there's a lot going on with your front delts, right? You're always activating them when they're in front of you, when you're picking things up. There's also your bicep tendon attaching in there. So we want to keep things loose and allow for room to move, okay? So take your time, 10 on each side.
The 10th and final release technique of this video is for that rear delt.
All right, last but not least, the rear delt. So we're setting up on our side here. Mike's gonna bring his arm up to shoulder height, right out in front of him. He's gonna keep himself square, bringing the shoulder forward, and he's going to bring his arm across his body, right? Getting some length in that rear delt, and then he's gonna push back towards the wall. Awesome. Taking your time, as far as you can on each side, maintaining that pressure, feeling the pain. Good, 10 on each side.
We hope you enjoyed these 10 techniques to release your upper body muscles. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button for us and click that notification bell right next to subscribe so you don't miss any of the uploads from us.
All right, guys, so muscle release it's gonna help you on the day-to-day, right? Whether you have bad posture and it's gonna help you open up, or you have muscle imbalances and you have low back pain, anything like that, you do these consistently, you'll see a difference.
Hell yeah, my upper body's tight as hell, aliens. I gotta get into this way more often. How many times a week would you recommend kind of doing this?
Oh, it takes a couple minutes. You can do it every day, right?
You heard him. Get to it, aliens. We will see you in the next video. We got a lot more fitness rehab content coming. Thank you for your support, and peace.